Hey, what's up? It's Comic 95 the Savior, and oh my gosh. I'm tired of making these little stupid videos, but it's like, if people want to ask me dumb questions, then fine, I'll make videos. I get ad revenue from answering and entertaining trolls. I had this black guy. This is what I was talking about, you all. This is what I was saying. There's no nice way to put it. But black people from different countries cannot understand the problems that black Americans have the same way that we can. Like, even black Canadians. Like, look at Daniel Caesar, however the crap you say his name. Prime example. I had a black guy who, you're probably watching this right now, said he was from South Africa. I literally just had to delete his stuff. Or if I haven't already, I'm going to. Left a few stupid comments. So we're going to talk about a few different things. I'm going to put down my computer. First, he said, how can you make, $5,000 a month and still be broke? You are aware that somebody making $5,000 a month means that you're only making about $50,000 a year. That's not a lot of money, for starts. Secondly, I'm living in Tokyo. Even before I lived in Tokyo, I lived in Osaka. These are not cheap little cities. They cost money. Thanks for telling us that you don't have a career and are working some sort of retail job. Because any adult with a career working knows that $5,000 is not a lot of money. And to be honest, even $10,000 is not. But $5,000 definitely is not a lot of money a month. That's rent money right there. Rent and bill money. Sorry to break it to you for being real, but there's a few things that you need to keep in mind. First of all, the city that I live in. Second of all, there's rent involved in that. You have utilities, you have groceries, you have transportation, you have your phone bill, you have Wi-Fi. Some of you pay for your internet too. I have student loans. I have credit cards. Yeah, that's what happens. Also, as I said before, it costs money to move. Maybe you all don't realize, but for the past, how long has it been? 3-4 months? I did not have a job. I was living off of my own money, savings, my salary, 4 months with no working. I also bought a brand new apartment. There's move-in fees, guarantor company fee, housing insurance, fire insurance, brokerage fee, deposits, the cost of the actual rent. Okay, these things are not cheap. And when you spend all of this money, you stay at hotels, you switch between share houses, paying deposits, this, that, and the other, it adds up. You think $5,000 pays for all of that? No. Also, I'm assuming that you're guessing that my salary is $5,000 based off of an old video that I made talking about working part-time jobs in combination with a full-time job in order to make more money. I have not disclosed how much money I'm making right now, and that's none of your business. But just assuming that must be where it's from. Immature, childlike thinking. But then again, you're from South Africa, so you don't even understand how money here works. So I'm not even going to get into that with you. But it just irritates me when people say stupid stuff. And then the other part too, forget about that. Let's say that I'm making $50,000 a month or something, and I tell you, I don't have any money, I'm broke, whatever. Why do y'all love to lie? Do y'all admire people who lie to you and sit there and tell you that they have everything together, they're rich, they don't need help with anything, they got their finances together, their credit is perfect, etc. But then when somebody tells you their real situation, their truth, their struggle, their whatever, then that upsets people for some reason. Then they clown you for it. Sorry to break it to you, but actually, this isn't quite exactly the average. But yeah, that is around the average salary. Between $40,000-$60,000 US dollars is the average American. And guess what? The average American is still living paycheck to paycheck. Japan is the exact same way. If you're living in Tokyo, the average salary is higher. There's a lot more people here making $10,000 USD a month, basically. There's a lot more of that. There's a lot more people making 600, 700, 800,000 yen. And they will still live frugally, tell you that they're broke, whatever. I have expenses. And when you move, that's expensive too. You have to pay for movers to actually ship your crap. And I'll be honest, keep it real, I got lucky in that sense. I had somebody to actually move my stuff for a pretty reasonable price, less than $1,000. But still money. I'm not rich and I'm living in a foreign country. So that's the answer to that question. Then the second thing was they commented on my complexion. Why are you so light-skinned? LOL. I'm not even that light. I'm actually more on the caramel complexion side than anything. But fine. We normally, as black people, for the white people that don't know this or Asians watching this, you normally get classified in two different categories. Light skin versus dark skin. So if you have a caramel, whatever type complexion or lighter, you're considered to be light skin. When people want to go into more detail, then we use things like brown skin, caramel, whatever. But the reality is there's light versus dark. And sorry, first of all, let's say that I was like high yellow, super light skin, whatever you want to call it, which I'm not. Why does that matter? I'm still black. Is there anywhere on my YouTube channel where I'm denying my blackness, saying that I'm not black? No. Can we stop with that crap? I said for the 1,000th time, I'm not biracial. I'm fully black. Secondly, even if I were to be, let's say, really light skin, like how I said, it doesn't change the fact that I'm black. How was that funny? Now, if I were to say, LOL, oh my God, you're so dark skinned. Now, that would be offensive, would it not? Okay. It's the same thing for me. Please stop. Stop trying to allude that I've bleached myself or whatever else. You can literally look back at my old videos, pictures, etc. My complexion changes a lot. I live on an island. There's a sun here. I tan. There's no filter in this video, and there was no filter in the last video. In fact, in this video, I'm not even wearing makeup. This is me. I'm in my house. This is what I look like. My hair is not even done. It's because you're taking a shower. What do you want me to say or show you? So, yeah, I'm done. Tired of entertaining this crap. I'm black. Yes, I have money problems like the majority of the world does. Most people are not living where they're comfortable, can do whatever they want to. The majority of people live paycheck to paycheck, probably in the world, but definitely within Japan and the US, definitely. I'm not going to cap to you and pretend like I have stuff together that I don't. I'm also telling you what I spent my money on in my video. I literally just said about all the crap that I went through. Between getting my visa straightened out, moving from Tokyo to Osaka, and making back and forth trips. Anybody follow me on Instagram and Patreon knows about that too. Y'all think it's free to go to Osaka? Y'all think it's just a bus ride away or something? I spent nearly $500 each time I did that. That's not including the cost of staying at hotels or anything else. Costs money. My student loans don't disappear. My utility bills don't disappear. My phone bill doesn't disappear. My storage for making these videos doesn't disappear. I buy stuff. I also eat food. Can't you tell? So, yeah. And then, like I said, 5K is poor people money. That ain't rich. So for Japan, for a foreigner, you're doing pretty good making 5K a month. I'm not gonna lie to you, but that's not a lot of money. It's not. When you're single by yourself like me, yeah, sure, it's a good amount. But I just explained what I did with it. And I'm not even going to lie to you, pretend like I managed my money the best way I did. And that's part of the honesty of it. So you get clowned for telling the truth about that. And let me get off subject. This is another comment that I want to, talk about too inside this video. I had a girl leave a comment where she called herself doing it nicely. She told me that I made, a 1 or 2 hour video talking about my job experience working somewhere. Talking about kids still. And that because I only worked there for a day, that my video isn't credible to make a review on the company. So you need to stay at a bad company for a year, a month, a week to know that a company is not good to work for. Not to mention, as my video even says, if you actually watched it, you dumb bitch, I clearly back up what I'm saying, talking about look at the reviews of what other teachers had to say. Not just me. I also clearly explain the entire experience working there I talk about everything from the interview process to getting the job, to leaving the job. Any company that doesn't pay their employee for work they did, I'm sorry, is a bad company. You don't need to work there for a week, a month, a year, whatever to figure that out. Sorry that you're stupid, bitch. Not to mention, what dummy wants to work for $2,500 a month? I explained that I was doing it for the purpose of getting visa sponsorship and to have something rather than nothing. And you arguing over that? That's like somebody saying, oh, McDonald's is a bad company to work for. I quit in 24 hours. and you saying, well, you only worked there for one shift, you only spent 6 hours there, so your video isn't credible. Do you need to work at McDonald's to tell you this is a horrible place to work for? Do you need to work at Walmart to tell us a bad place to work for? No, you don't. Shut the fuck up. Y'all bitches stupid as fuck. That's why y'all hoes be staying here for 5, 10 plus years, making $300,000 a month still. So whatever. But anyway, what was I about to say? I got what she was trying to say, but I'm like, I back it up by giving and the reason why the video is so damn long, you dumb fuck, is because I explained everything. I talk about the entire interview process. I talk about everything going through my mind, how I felt at work, how I was treated at work, all of the email communication, everything. All of that stuff is mentioned in my video. That's why it's so long, you dumbass. Instead, it's like, oh, you just worked for a day, so how can you make a 2-hour video on this topic? Irrelevant. I don't care if I work there for 10 minutes. If you feel something's off about the job and you have shit to say about it, what you felt was wrong, what didn't rub you the right way, then you can make a 6-week video on it. Doesn't make a difference. Go ahead and work there yourself. I'd love to see how long you last. As I said before, F my opinion on these companies here. You are an effing idiot if you believe any company that mass hires is a good place to work for. Sorry, gotta keep it real, but this goes for the JET program. This goes for InterSquare, Interact, Kids Duel, GABA, Nova, Eon, Shane, all those big companies that you could think of. There is a reason why they are always hiring. There is a reason why people are always quitting. There is a reason why they don't expect you to last longer than a year. There is a reason why they do these 3-month probation periods, 6 months probation, no vacation, all this type of crap. Why do you think they do that? Why do you think they hire y'all dummies from overseas that don't even have relevant degrees? Why do you think you can't negotiate your salary with these companies? Why do you think that? Just think about it for a second. Think about it. Why? Okay. Do you know that that's not how all schools work in Japan? But that's only dispatch companies, only companies that have recruiters. Do you know that real companies, real schools don't use recruiters? Good jobs never use recruiters. They hire themselves. Any company that is paying an outside person to recruit employees for them, it's because the company is bad. Hello, welcome to black companies. I don't mean black like black people. Black companies means bad, terrible places to work at in Japan. That's what they're known as. That is what you've just signed up for. Since you know so much shit, since you know how long it takes to be credible, I would love to see you work there and last for 3 years. Love to hear your opinion afterwards. Tell me how much money you're getting paid, where your vacation time is, your freedom. I'm not some bitter, jaded teacher because they didn't give me a pay advance or whatever the fuck you got out of that video, which you clearly didn't watch. Listen to everything that I said, the treatment as an employee working there. I talked about how my experience as a teacher was not good, but that at the end of it, I still was planning to stay there, but it got to the point where I couldn't because I couldn't afford to get back and forth to work. That is what I said. You're completely ignoring all of that. What you got out of it is, wait, you only worked there for a day, so you can't speak on this company. What you say to a girl in an abusive relationship, wait, he only was abusive towards you for the first day. You can't say he's a bad guy. You have to date him for a week, a month. Get battered up just a little bit more. Give him a week or two to beat you up. Give him a week or two to curse you out, treat you like shit. You don't know his personality yet. That's what you basically just said to me. I'll give her props. She tried to say it nicely, but you just said that I wasn't credible, which was an insult. I'm not trying to be credible. I'm sharing my experience working there. Listen to other people that have worked there. That's the problem with y'all dummies. Y'all find 1 or 2 people that like what you're doing, or you get offended because it's your job. Like, for example, you talk about the JET program. You talk about Nova, GABA. I call those places, easy jobs to get hired from. I had white people trying to argue with me in the comments on that too. Well, actually, I wouldn't say that it's easy to get a job here. My nigga, they hire everybody. I'm sorry to break it to you, but if you failed the interview with Nova or GABA, either one, you are truly an awkward ass person or you lack intelligence with English. One or the other, if not both. They're easy jobs. They don't give a shit about you. Their job is to have somebody foreign to sit and read a stupid textbook. That is the job. They know you're going to quit. They know you are only there because you want to live out your weeboo, yellow fever fantasy dreams. They know that already. They hire everybody. They mass hire. They're always hiring. You will never apply to Nova, GABA, Kids Duo, any of those companies, Nichibe, Eon, Seiya, none of those companies. They will always accept your application. And if the exact location you want to work at is not hiring, they have another branch that is. No good company is hiring year around constantly. Because what happens is, once they have the position out, tons of overqualified people apply. They have a list of people, they narrow it down, find the best applicant, and the position is not available for at least anywhere from 3 to 6 months because it's still Japan and people choose to quit and leave here all the time. Your company is constantly listed year around, never spends a day off of Gaijin pot? Sweetheart, you are working for a shit company. Sorry to break it to Jets, but you too. It's ALT work. Ask any Japanese person. I literally was just dating a guy who ended up not going serious with, but ended up dating a guy who was laughing and joking about, his ALTs that he had growing up. They quit. They don't last. They stay for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. Some of them dumb enough to stay for 3 years. And they get paid the highest salary out of all the ALTs here. But a lot of them hate they crap too. They quit. Yes, some people choose to muscle through and stay there and they don't mind it. But the vast majority of them quit. How many people do you know here that have been in Japan for 10 plus years and are still an ALT? Please tell me. They don't like the job. They quit it. How many people have been working for Nova, Kids Duo, for 3 plus years? Not too many people. And normally the people that do stay with those companies, they are not classified as native English speakers. They are people that are not from the big 5 countries. I've already gone over this on my channel before. Sorry, but if you're from Jamaica, South Africa, while English is, your native language or whatever, you're not classified as a native English speaker. Those people have more difficulty finding jobs. They're more likely to keep them for several years. You'll find exceptions to the rule. You'll see Americans or British people or Canadians, etc., that for whatever reason stayed in these programs for 3 plus years. But a lot of them, it was just out of ignorance. They didn't know they had better options. There are people here right now that have degrees in education and are working for Eikaiwas. And I'm like, why would you work for a company and your salary is never going to get you out of the 300,000 range? You will be lucky if you ever get a taste of getting $4,000 a month working at an Eikaiwa or an ALT job. They lowball you. They don't like paying you more than 300,000 yen, and that's pushing it. Most of them want to pay you somewhere between 22,000 to about 2,800. So 220,000 yen to 280,000 yen. That's about the range they want to pay you. If you're lucky. Because a lot of them act like they can't do more than 2,500. Take it or leave it. I've literally had to walk away from a Japanese school that used a recruiter. Another example of a bad company. They were going to pay me less than what they advertised the job as. You think after all the time I've been in Japan, the experience, have the degree that I have, I'm going to settle for some 240,000 yen? I ain't taking no big ass pay cut. The fuck you talking about? And then to work more hours, do more work, and not have my own classroom, to be a floater teacher, which is basically what an ALT is. I ain't doing that crap. You done lost your mind. And lots of y'all would jump for it. You'd be like, oh, I get to work in a Japanese school. Or, oh, the job is easy. Who cares if the job is easy? I'm working the same hours, if not more. I want my time to be compensated for. I want my own space. So, like I said, in one sense, I get what you all are trying to say. But it's like, this is not just me saying it, and I go into detail. I'm not just saying, oh, they didn't do what I wanted them to do. You're missing all of the detail that I gave for why I personally did not feel comfortable working in this environment. You scratched all that out and said, oh, you didn't work there long enough for me to listen to you. Sweetie, you're going to be in for a surprise, because the average foreigner doesn't stay here as long as I did. Or for that company. Why do you think they're hiring? Why do you think you got to interview with them so fast? Why do you think, if that Kids Duo is one of the biggest monsters, they work with so many different recruiting companies. Do y'all not realize that? In fact, they so sneaky, they post ads with different companies, making it seem like it's a completely different company, different job, when they're all for Kids Duo. Their ads on Gaijinpot are different from their ads on Craigslist, are different from their ads on Career Cross. They brand themselves as being a totally different company. They hide their name a lot of the time too. Look at how many teachers they've hired and how many quit. Use your brain. And beyond that, here goes another thing that's common sense. All schools run this way with Kids Duo. You don't have full control. They will always have Japanese teachers, normally more than one, in the classroom with you. That is not required by law in order to run a Japanese school. They are required to have a licensed, what do they call it? Hoey Cohen, whatever crap teacher. Somebody that has a license has to be inside the building. They don't need one in each classroom. It's because they don't trust you. You'll never have full control. You'll never have full ability to plan your own lessons. Real teachers don't like that crap. You're missing all of the information that I gave inside the video and focused on how long I stayed working there. Sorry, but unlike you, I know my worth, I know my value, and I realize, okay, I can easily work for another employer, excuse me, that'll pay me double what they were paying me, give me less work hours, more freedom, and not treat me like trash. You want to get treated like trash? You want to work for a crap company? Be my guest. Less competition for me. Go ahead and figure it out on your own. There's literally a verse in the Bible that talks about that. About how only fools want to learn from, trial and error themselves. They don't learn from the experience of others. They have to go out there and make their own mistakes. That's what a lot of y'all dummies believe in. Smart people, people with wisdom, let other people make the mistakes for them, and they learn from the mistakes of others. I am telling you why I regretted working for this company. I literally had people in my comments and even emailed me telling me about how they quit working there. I actually had one of my coworkers. She sent me a message telling me that she was the girl that I was talking about in my video, and that she also quit shortly after I left. What do you know? I'm not the only person. I don't have to prove myself to you or anybody else. You want to be a dummy? You think that I'm stupid? You think that I can't speak on stuff because I haven't done something long enough? Be my guest, bitch. Go ahead, ho. Go on with your bad self. Go ahead and show me. Show me that I'm wrong. Show me how much you love getting paid $2,500 a month for working an extra 2 hours a day, for not being trusted to run your own classroom and having to stay with Japanese people all day, who are probably getting paid the same amount of money as you for doing less work, whose job is just to snitch on you, for having to wear a stupid polo uniform, not being able to have any expression whatsoever because you can't, no colored hair, no earrings, no nothing. Have fun. You want to do that? Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it. I'm not stopping you. I spoke of my own experience. Talked about why I didn't like working there. You want to take something completely different out of it? Then go ahead. Time means nothing. When you're an adult, you have a functioning brain. You've worked other companies. You can quickly figure out, am I going to like this place or not? And I've always been right. I've worked for other companies where I went in there and I saw how the manager was treating employees just for me being the guest. And I can quickly figure out, is this a helicopter boss or not? Is this day going to go by slow or fast? I can quickly piece it together. I don't have to stay there and even work. I don't even have to be there for a week, a month, whatever. I can figure out what the environment is. And I said that I had a bad feeling, and I told you that after I started working, it was reconfirmed. You want to be an idiot? Work for pennies? Do it. You want to tell yourself in your mind that your job is fine and you love what you're doing? Do it. I can literally show you my DMs on Instagram. I got tons of messages from foreigners that worked for Kids Duo saying, man, I worked for that company too, except I was dumb. I stayed there for 2 years. Man, they treated me like trash. I hated working there. There was no freedom, no whatever, blah, blah, blah. I would love to show those to you. It is not just me. And these are people that worked there for years. I didn't even last a week, like how you said. You're right. But guess who was also right? Me. I don't have to work there for a long time to know what I'm talking about. I also didn't have to be honest. I could have lied and said that I worked there for a year, a month, whatever. That's what I was talking about. Y'all love to lie so fucking much. Y'all love people that don't tell the whole story. Y'all love people that lie and leave stuff out to make themselves look good. Here I am, I'm telling you the whole thing to be honest with you. And instead I get clowned for telling the truth. Y'all want me to lie and leave out the pay advance part. Y'all want me to lie and pretend like I got all my stuff together. Y'all want me to lie and pretend like I'm this and like I'm that. Okay. And then if I get caught in those lies, then y'all will call me out for being a liar. But instead, I get clowned for telling the truth. And I constantly explain in my videos and in my comments even, that's not the takeaway from it. You cannot justify an employer, a big chain company, not paying you. That would be the equivalent of if you showed up to your job at McDonald's. You weren't dressed in uniform. You acted ghetto, got into an argument with the customer, and then you quit your job. And then your boss saying, well, we're not going to pay you then. Did you do anything that hurt the company? Well, technically, you shouldn't have been arguing with a customer and made them look bad. But you worked your shift. You didn't put your hands on anybody. You didn't do anything illegal. And let's keep it real. Even if you shot somebody during your shift, they cannot legally say we are not going to pay you because we didn't like your behavior. It was unacceptable. They have to pay you for the time that you worked. It's illegal. And in Japan it is too. Funny how y'all ignore that entire aspect of it. And instead the focus is, well, that's unprofessional to ask for a pay advance. You are aware that pay advances are something that companies offer. It's what the term fucking came from. Hello. They can do that, and they've done that. And I'm sorry, this is Japan. I don't care about your home country. It's actually very common for companies to give you a train pass, a monthly pass at the start of your work. And mind you, this wasn't just me asking them for transportation. Do you know that on my first day, they got upset with me because I didn't already buy my own monthly pass? Sorry that I'm not rich and I don't have $400 just lying around to buy myself a train pass. Mind you, transportation is like 5 times the cost in Osaka. In Tokyo, that train ride would have been no more than maybe $2-3. I don't even remember how much money it cost, but I spent as much as nearly $15 a day when I worked certain jobs to get to and from work. Yes, it gets reimbursed after the first month, but it's making it that month. And as I said before, when you come here as a foreigner, you don't have family. You don't have anybody to stay with while you get your stuff together. You have to constantly always be working. It's a catch-22. How am I supposed to have money to get to and from work when I can't work? Where do I get this money from? That's right, you have to borrow from somebody, use credit, do whatever. So put myself in debt instead of asking my own job, hey, I'm working for you anyway. I signed a contract. My word is good. You have all my personal information. Can you just pay for my transportation? You ain't got to give me the money. Just give me the train pass. But how it normally works is they give you the money and they deduct it from your next month's salary for you to go get your pass. I've done this before. My very first visa sponsor did this. Please don't talk to me about shit that you don't know of. You're desperate and thirsty to come here. I hope you get here, make your little dreams come true. And how much you want to bet you're going to quit that job too? Just like how I did. You can muscle through and last for a year to try to prove a point. Dumb bitches do that all the time. It's so many dummies that have been working for Nova, GABA, Kids Duo, all them other big ass international schools have been doing it for years to try to prove they're a stable person, to keep a job they hate. I'd be damned. You got me outside in the street passing out flyers, scrubbing floors, doing janitorial work. I ain't doing none of that shit. Only classroom I clean is my own fucking classroom. They make all that damn money and they can't hire a janitor? Fuck out of here. They can't hire somebody a Japanese person standing on the street and pass out flyers? They getting free labor at it, and they don't even pay you for a month. If I recall, when you're doing that type of light work, they reduce your pay. Have fun. Be my guest. A lot of y'all dummies, I made a whole video about this. I don't know which one's going to get posted first. But about people thinking that by honoring their contract, it's going to do them some favor. What's going to happen when you go to your next job? All they're going to do is question, well, why didn't you sign another contract? And no matter what your answer is, it's going to deduct points for whether they should hire you or not. It's not good enough. Employers don't care. You are nothing but dollar signs or yen signs in their eyes. They want you to make money. They don't care about your personal life, why you quit. They don't care if you worked for the company for 10 years. In their eyes, it's, well, why didn't you work for 11? Your raise finna be microscopic. It's already been proven that quitting your job results in getting more pay. Staying at the same company causes you to lose money. Don't take my word for it, bitch. Search it on Google. Read a book. It will tell you that. Don't argue with me. I'm just the messenger. This is factual information. You will not get the same amount of money that you could get if you leave your company. Your current employer is only going to give you $10 raise, $50 raise, $100 raise per month. You leave and switch jobs, you can be getting paid as much as $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 more per a month, not including the raises that you'll get and bonuses. You want to be a dummy and be able to put on paper, I worked for this company for 4 years? 2 claps for you. Don't nobody give a shit, especially since a lot of the stuff y'all be doing for 3-4 years, it ain't even relevant to what your next job finna be. I'm literally working with a girl right now that stayed working in an Acai for, what did she say, 4 years or whatever. It's good to put down on your resume, I guess. You ain't finna get paid more money because you were loyal to your last job for 4 years. It's not even relevant to the work you're doing now. Sorry, but working in an Acai holding up flashcards, what's this? It's a hat. It's not going to give you more money when you're trying to be a head teacher, a homeroom teacher. It's not the same thing. Teaching vocab words and teaching English for life for every subject is not the same. You are going to have to be retrained. You are going to have to learn how to do real lesson plans, do real crap, and not just be a big old circus clown. That's facts. Because you wasted those 4 years there, you missed out on tons of job opportunities that you could have gotten. I don't care how much you love your job. You want more money. Don't get so comfortable. Don't be so stupid. A lot of y'all just desperate to come to Japan, and that's cool. I literally say in that video, I think too, but I definitely say in other videos, I will never tell you to not apply to those jobs. I will still tell you to work for those companies. And the reason being is they are easy ways to get to Japan. They hire everybody. And if you're in Japan and you graduated from school, Nova, GABA, Kids Dual, they will become a visa sponsor for you on a student visa. They'll help you out. Nova, not so much, at least not during the time that I tried to apply with them. They didn't know what they were talking about. But yeah, I literally still recommend them. However, I'm saying if you have the choice, I wouldn't work for them. And if you're close to me, I wouldn't want my friends or family to work for them. But as a stranger, if your goal is just to get the visa, just to get your foot in the door, by all means, take it. Because it's hard to find a good company that's going to hire from abroad. Because truth be told, good schools do not hire foreigners living overseas. It's very rare. It happens. I had a job that did. That was really good. But it's very, very rare. That's facts. Don't take my word for it. Come here, work it yourself. Let's see how you'll be that unicorn. F my word. Go to Glassdoor and look at what teachers have to say about working at these companies. Spend some more time on YouTube. Join a Facebook group for foreigners in Japan. You will see nothing but people talking about how bad these companies are to work for. Since y'all know so much more than me, and since I'm such an idiot, I'm so jaded, I'm so bitter, I'm unstable, I'm a bad employee, all of this type of stuff, please explain why the 100,000 plus foreigners in these Facebook groups, all of them, every single post about these companies is bad. From people having a protest, to get livable wages, to get paid wages, to get protection during this whole pandemic situation. There's just so much crap that I can say about that. I don't need to argue with you. It speaks for itself. So, I'm done. This video got all over the place. Tired of dealing with y'all dumb crap. Sorry to break it to you. $5,000 is not a lot of money. Could I manage my money better? Yeah, I most certainly could. But in this situation, I have a legitimate excuse. Living out of a hotel, switching to a share house, making what did I make? 4 trips back and forth to Osaka, back and forth by Shinkansen is expensive. Food, transportation to get to these interviews, buying a brand new phone, paying phone bills, paying move-in fees, paying rent. Sorry, but that costs a lot more than $5,000. So yeah, that's pretty easy to do. Not to mention, keywords, I wasn't working for the past 4 months or 3 months, however long it's been. So yeah, whatever. I don't find any joy in pretending to be something that I'm not and going around lying, because the problem with lying is then you got to keep track of your lies. I'd rather just tell you the truth. I honestly tell you that, yeah, I'm a little struggling right now. Rather be honest about that than be like, oh yeah, I'm rich, I have everything together, look at my place. And I could easily do that, because how y'all gonna figure out whether I'm telling the truth or not? Y'all don't know where I work. Y'all don't know how much money I get paid. Y'all don't even know where exactly do I live. You can't check my stuff. I'm being real with you. I can easily false flag on YouTube. I got a big ass apartment in downtown Tokyo. It's mine. I'm sitting in it right now. I can step outside and show you. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. I can easily cap and pretend like I got crap that I do not have. Y'all clown me for being honest about not having my stuff together. Like, shoot, I could easily false flag. I could flex so hard, and there would be nobody that, just prove what I'm saying. I shouldn't be showing you this, so y'all gonna see where I live. I already got stalkers inside my DMs on Instagram. Now y'all gonna know exactly where I stay at, but oh well. Because now it's daytime, and you can see better than the last time that I recorded at night. Pretty easy to pretend like I have stuff that I do not. And that was really dumb of me because my Crocs shoes, it was raining yesterday. I just got water all in my shoe. That's what I get for trying to prove a point to you dummies. I gotta figure out how to take this crap off without breaking my computer. That was really dumb of me. God, that feeling is so nasty when you get like soggy socks or whatever. I'm stepping in a puddle. I haven't done that in a long time. Yuck, 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 yuck. And I just got through doing laundry. Damn. It's fine. I have to do another load anyway. But alright. But yeah, I'm thinking like, shoot, like I'm literally living in the perfect place to cap to you, where I can pretend like, oh, look at how much money I have. I'm rich now, y'all. And then I honestly tell you, like, look, I done wasted all my money. I'm broke right now. And then instead I get clowned for saying that. Look at my ghetto light. I got duct tape on in my ring light. I need to buy another one of those. But y'all kill me with that crap. Honesty is never valued or appreciated. People love liars so much. And there's a lot of people doing that online too. Like that's what I was talking about when I made my videos talking about like degrees and stuff. There's so many people here that are living off of spouse visas that are lying to you and pretending like they're here on different visas or pretending like they didn't have help. Even people that have their own business. There's a ton of people here pretending like they did everything by themselves, and really they didn't. They didn't do it by themselves. They had tons of help. That's how they got their crap. They were either married and got a divorce, or they had a friend or somebody helped them with their crap. Y'all don't like hearing that. Y'all like to hear the lie. Y'all want people to tell y'all, oh, I did everything by myself. I didn't have any help. Y'all love those stories. Y'all admire and look up to those people. They be lying to y'all. And then somebody like me tells you how they really did stuff, and y'all get mad because you don't have it. Y'all think I was born with a bachelor's degree or something? I didn't have one. Well, excuse me. I didn't have one at one point either. Had a dummy over there trying to say that I was gatekeeping or whatever by saying that. Ma'am, I'm sorry for, or ma'am, sir, all of y'all. I'm sorry if I'm the first person to tell you this, but it's 2021, and I think everybody grew up being told about the importance of going to college and getting a degree. Billionaires love to tell you all that you don't need one, which I find that really funny. People get mad and hate on the rich and billionaires all the time. Y'all don't listen to them about anything about their reasonings for spending their money. But for some reason, y'all love taking their advice on why school is a waste of money. Very interesting. So you don't want to listen to a billionaire about how they, use their money for fun. You think there's no justification for them having fun with their own money that they worked for. But then at the same time, you all admire billionaires because you all constantly talk about how, not admire. Y'all get mad at billionaires, basically. No, I'm sorry. Y'all admire billionaires for not going to school. But then y'all get mad at them for how they manage their money. Shouldn't you not want to listen to anything that they have to say? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But, God, I love these so much. I need to buy some more. But yeah, I'm just thinking to myself, like, okay, interesting. So yeah, listen to somebody that's already rich telling you what you don't need. I would never. I don't need advice from somebody rich telling me what my broke self don't need. Because you're not qualified to give that kind of advice. You don't know. You don't understand my situation, my struggle, my whatever. So y'all listening to dummies that got lucky and became rich off of what they're doing. And I'm sorry, we're talking about going to Japan, but even if you're in your home country, you expand the opportunity to get other jobs with ease. Because the reality is, there are tons of jobs. I would even argue most jobs don't require a degree anywhere in the world. But the reality is, because a lot of people that are going to apply for this job do, you are going to have to compete with them. And in order to be competitive, you need a degree. You want to do things the hard way and pray on your knees every night that one company is so desperate and is so bad to work for that they choose to hire or even give you a chance to interview without a degree? By all means, go ahead. I don't know about you, but I'd rather take the easy route, and that's what I advise people to do. I told you all already, but y'all dummies don't listen because y'all like people to talk to you all sweet and nice like little weeboo babies. I told you all, I experienced applying for jobs without a degree, both before I came to Japan and even after I was already here and had a visa. Nobody gave me the time of day. I only got a few interviews and only one job was willing to hire me. And even then, the pay wasn't going to be that great. And the work environment, I have no idea what that would have been like. But okay. After I got a degree, after I graduated, what happened? Every job I applied to, almost, I would say 9 out of 10 applications that I put in got back to me within a week, asking me for an interview. Out of my interviews, I would say roughly 8 out of 10 of them, I was offered the job. Probably even say higher than that. I had a point when I was working at abroad, I talked about that. That was the craziest situation I ever had. Every job I applied to not only had an interview scheduled for me, but within the same week, and all of them hired me. And I had to choose which company I wanted to work for. I had 5 job offers in 1 week. All of them same salary, same location. It was really difficult to choose. Was it 5? No, it was either 3 or 4, I think. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. Multiple job offers, all within the same area, all within the same week. Back to back. But nope, y'all want to do things the hard way. Don't listen to me. Struggle. Sign contracts and work with a bad company. That's what y'all say. Don't get a degree. It's a waste of money. You can do things the hard way and struggle to find somebody to hire you instead. At least you made it to Japan like how I did. Yep, how much money you making? Pennies. Getting a visa is poor people shit. Once you're here and you're grown, especially if you have a family, you're no longer just worried about having a visa to get through the door. You're worried about having a salary to support a family, to support yourself, to support what you want to do while you're here. Even myself, I'm single. I don't have a husband. I ain't got no kids. But I even think about that, my future. But beyond having a future, family and whatnot, my free time. When I'm outside of work, like right now, I don't want to have to think, man, I really want to go to Panda Express, but I can't afford paying $50 for, one meal. That's what your life is going to be like. You're going to be living in a shoebox apartment in Tokyo. Do you see how big this bitch is that I'm living in? You'll never be able to afford this doing what you're talking about. You can't go out and do the crap that I do. Not with the salary you finna have. You're going to be living in a countryside. You want to do that type of stuff. And even then, you can live in the middle of nowhere. And you still going to be paying, anywhere between $500 to $700 in Tokyo. And guess what? You're not going to have a nice place. You're probably going to be working for a crappy company. And even after all of that, you only will have, what, maybe $1,000 left you can spend, do what you want to do. You're going to have taxes, residence tax, pension, health insurance, everything else going to get tagged on too. Y'all don't think. Y'all think anytime somebody tell you the truth, it has to be said to you, patting you on the back, rocking you like a baby. Wake up and smell the coffee. That gentle, everyone gets a sticker, everyone's a winner, everyone deserves a reward. You don't need college, you're smart anyway type mentality. That's why y'all turn out to be school shooters, dummies, poor, homeless, everything else. I'm being real with you. And I'm really more so trying to talk to young people. Fuck y'all old heads that are stupid, especially y'all people that are my age. You got to see the generation before you that didn't go to school. And y'all chose to be a part of it. You want to be a dummy for life? You don't want to get an education? You don't want to work for a good company? You want to stay for a week to test the waters? Waste a week if you're like, girl, go ahead and work for a week for free and not get paid for it. Have fun. But me? I could never. Nope. Been there, done that, ain't doing it again. Like I said, wise people learn from the mistakes of others. A fool learns from their own mistakes. I get no joy out of capping and lying to you. I'm real. I don't have to lie about the people that I date, where I work, where I live. Purpose of my channel, my story, my videos, etc. is to vent, therapeutic for me, and to help other people. I inspire them, I motivate them. I let them know they're not the only person going through what they're going through. I help people avoid being like me. That's the purpose of my channel. If you're too stupid to realize that, and you decide, oh well, she's just trying to stop me from being successful, let me go and do it my way. Have fun. Like I said, the majority of foreigners living here are dummies working without degrees. It's a whole bunch of people here on sham marriages, points-based visas, and what happens? Even those are business visas. Most of these businesses close down. They don't make enough money. There's people that have been here for years, and sure, they're doing fine for themselves, but they're not even making enough money where they can expand their business to open up a second store, and they've been around for 5, 10, 20 years. They're making enough money where they don't want to do a teaching job anymore, but they're not where they really should be. You are not the first, last, or only person to think, I want to start my own school. I want to open up a restaurant. Even the people that have them, including the American restaurants that I go to all the time. What happened during the pandemic? Their business got hurt. It slowed down. They had to try to stay afloat. It ain't as easy as it seems. And even those people, if you know their backstory, they didn't come here the easy way. Weaseled their way in. Came here on missionary visas and all type of crap. Spouse visas, etc. But the story that you hear is, oh, this person without a degree, they have this business, they're doing this job. But you don't know how they got to there. You don't know about their divorce. You don't know about the visa they came here on initially. For designated activities or whatever else the case was. Everybody's going to feel differently about every company. But like I said, these dispatch companies, these mass hire companies, these recruiting companies, they're the equivalent to working retail in America. You can find somebody that loves any job you could think of. There are going to be people that loved working at Walmart. There's going to be people that loved working at Starbucks, that loved working at McDonald's, that loved working at Old Navy, JCPenney, any place you could think of. But we can all agree the salary for retail jobs are low. The treatment of retail employees is bad by both the customers and management. And it's difficult to advance at these places. Okay, as a foreigner, working as a teacher at the majority of companies is like working retail. You can find some companies that you could put up with, but we can all agree the salary is low, room for advancement is low, and you get treated like crap by both your students and management. That is all I'm trying to say to you. Did I say that nice enough? Do you understand it now? No, you don't understand it. You're going to be mad still. So I'm done. Being light-skinned doesn't matter. 5K is not a lot of money, and you don't need to work for a company for a week, a month, a year. A day is more than enough to figure out a company. And I didn't just deal with them for one day. I knew about them long before I talked about reviews, and I also dealt with them handling paperwork and going up to the school several times before I started working. And I mentioned all of this in the video, but yes, selective hearing from white people as always. So not explaining myself to no colonizer. And as for you, Mr. South African, who I'm assuming is black, please stop with that colorism crap. And I'm sorry to be a nationalist, but maybe 5,000 is a lot of money where you're from. But where I'm from, even in the U.S., 5K is an average ass salary. Obviously, this, I'm sorry if I'm going to be like speaking back and forth. Sorry, my other video's editing in the background. Let me stop it. Okay, sorry about that. That freaks me out so much. my MacBook, the battery had died and it was charging. So when it got enough battery, it turned itself back on, and my video for Patreon started playing. But anyway, yeah, I'm done. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Sorry for yelling, being whatever, but I gotta keep it real with y'all. Y'all be irritating me with that crap. Between stupid comments, stupid feelings, and just overall stupidity. You want to make your own mistakes? Go ahead. You want to see how little $5,000 is? Get a degree and make it. So that's it for this video. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I will update you later, I guess. Bye.